Hello, I'm Nils and I work at the European Cancer Organization in the Communications Department. So therefore, of course, it's my duty to tell you how the ECCO app works. In other words, the app for the European Cancer Congress 2015. So I got a few things here for you to show. We have, of course, an iPad, classical iPad. We have an Android phone. We also have an iPhone 5 that I'm currently recording this with. And on all these three devices, I'm going to show you how the ECC2015 app works so that you yourself can easily play around with it. First of all, let me just say that the app is easy to navigate, so you can fairly quickly work it out yourself. It just takes 2 minutes and you're flying. Also, it's free. Doesn't cost anything. You just need an account in either Google Play on Android or with App Store on iOS devices, so the Apple Store. So the app itself is relatively small. It is in average 80 megabyte, so depending on how many events you download into the app. So you can control that yourself, how big or how small you want it to be, but it takes not a lot of space in your device, so you don't need to worry about that. All right, let's have a drink and let's look at the devices. Okay, to get the ECCO app, you simply get it from the App Store. So you go into your App Store. Before you can do that, you would need to have an account in the App Store, otherwise you cannot download anything. So let's just go into settings, have it down here. And in your settings, you have your Apple ID, which you can see here. You need to create that and put it in with the correct password and everything. Once that is ready, you can go back to the App Store. Here's the App Store. And you simply search up here. You search for ECCO. And you see ECCO Cancer comes up. ECCO Cancer. Voila. Here we have ECCO Cancer, European Cancer Organization app. And here you can see what we offer in the app. Some of our older events and the newer events are coming up. You can read a lot more about what we're doing. And voila, now we are ready to download it. So we click on this little download button. Voila, now we can open it. So you will notice that either you can click on open right here, or you can go back to your dashboard, and you will see that the new app has arrived just here on your desktop. So you can simply open it here. Let me just turn it the right way, voila. So what it does to begin with is to download all the necessary data and process it and install it in your device. That can take a little while depending on your system. So if you have a brand new iPhone 6, it's much faster. So now we have arrived at the home screen of the European Cancer app. And here you can first read about the European Cancer Organization, but you can also download our events. And here you have a little introduction to the event, and voila, we're ready to download it. So you will currently see a download screen where you follow the process of the installation and the downloads. It can take a little time depending on your device, so be patient, it will work. And there you go, we arrived at the home screen of the European Cancer Congress 2015. And in fact, it's pretty self-explanatory. You see the buttons that says Program, Speakers and Authors, the tracks, the posters, the industry sponsors, and so on. And just to explain shortly that, of course, the program, that's where you find all the scientific program. It can be a little bit tricky to get familiar with the program, but once you're in it, it's very fast. So let's, for example, go to Saturday. In the top you have the days, and you can choose between morning and afternoon. Let's go to afternoon. We go into one specific session, and here you can see the time where it's taking place. This in the Spotlight B2, so there is a sign here saying this is where it's located. We go back, we can see which type it is and what track it is. Let's find another one. Here is a session where there's quite a lot of presentations. So if we go into one specific presentation, we can see what session it comes from, and so on. In each, for each session and each presentation, you can choose to keep it in your favorite. So you can simply say my favorites, and we go back and we add a few others to my favorites. For example, this one. We also like Dr. Ashton, so we also want to make him our favorite. And we like this leadership program to also be our favorite. Okay, we go back to the home screen and we go into My Congress. So here you can see the result. We have one favorite with one speaker, and we have in the program 2 sessions or presentations listed. So if I go in here, I simply browse to the day where they're listed. Voila, there they are. 2 of our sessions that I'm going to see. So whatever you do is very simple. Whatever you do in the program, you can favorite it, and it goes into My Congress, and there you have it. You can always see it, and you will get alerts when they're coming up. If you want to go back to the ECCO screen in order to download other events, you click here on the little menu in the top, and you're back at the overview where you can read more about ECCO, and you can also download other events. For example, this one. And you same procedure as before, you simply download them event by event. And if you are done with it and you had enough, you can also go in and simply delete the existing event that you have in your app. In that way, your iPad stays as clean as possible. Okay, so let's try in Android smartphone and see how to download the ECCO app. So we go into Play Store, and here we search for European Cancer. There it is, and here is the app. We go into it, we can read a bit about it, see screenshots, see all other people how they rate it, and voila, we install it. Very simple. We accept the conditions. Of course, the app will get larger the more you download inside the app. In other words, if you download several events inside the ECCO app, the bigger it gets. But here you see how fast it was. It's already there. So let's open it. And now it's going to install all the data, first download it from the internet and then install it and process it in its own computer. Okay, and here we have landed at the landing page of the European Cancer app. And there it's very easy to go straight into ECC2015, just like we do on the iPhone app or on the iPad app. It's exactly the same navigation, the same system, and the same content, so there's nothing to worry about. All the users will have the same experience. Now we're downloading this specific event, ECC2015, within the ECCO app, and we can always uninstall or delete that event if we want to in order to save space. So you can economize with your own storage by simply installing and downloading events as you please. And here we are, very fast. We are already at the home page of ECC2015. So we have the program. We skip through it like this. We quickly go into a session. You see the speakers, we see the presentations. We can go into one presentation, and again we will see who is the speaker of this presentation and which session does it belong to. Now if I go further on, if I go into the speaker, then it will bring me to say, where does he appear? Well, he appears in this presentation, and then I can click on that presentation. I'm being taken back to where I was before. So it is a little bit confusing for new users that you are kind of navigating in a circle. But on the other hand, once you get used to it, it's really simple and very logic. And by the way, you can always either choose to go take the little back button back here, as much as you want, or you can just click the event button down here in order to go back to the home screen. So navigation is really simple. It just takes 2 minutes to get used to. Otherwise, the content and the functionality is exactly the same as it is on the Apple devices. So if you want to see how much space the ECCO app is taking, it's quite easy. You go into settings, we scroll down to App Manager, Application Manager. There it is. We go into the ECCO Cancer, and you can see here it has a total of 79 megabytes. So it's quite average. It's not a very big app, nothing to be worried about. And here you can easily uninstall it. Let's try to do that. Okay folks, so we are done. Let me just shortly summarize what it is we have seen here. You have an app, the European Cancer app. It is downloadable in iOS devices, so that is iPhone and iPad, and also all Android devices, whether that is tablet or smartphones. It's free, it's relatively light for your device, not much storage. And just for you guys to really understand it, you have the ECCO app, and within the ECCO app you can download as many or as few events as you would like. So once you have downloaded an event, you can always delete it at any point. That means you are in control of how much storage and how many events you keep inside the ECCO app. That is why it's called a multiple events app, and we are quite happy about that. So enjoy your usage of the app and enjoy very much the ECC 2015. See you in Vienna. Bye.